Hey, what are you doing? We're gonna work on this car today? Me and you?
What is up, guys? Brian here from the BMW Doctor, and today we've got an E36, a Z3 from 1998. It's got a few issues. We're gonna address those. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Let's go ahead and get to it.
Alright, so this car has the M44 inline 4 1.9 liter BMW engine. This is the E36/7, which is the Roadster. The E36/8 is the Coupe. This is Roadster, 2-door, 2 seats, 5-speed manual. So it's a pre-2000, I believe 2001. So you've got an OBD2 in the cabin, but it doesn't work. So you're gonna have to use the OBD1. So we got the Maxi hooked up. So it's got 26,000 miles on it. The car's been sitting for a while. It looks like I went ahead and replaced an O2 sensor underneath. Super easy. I'm not gonna even do a DIY on it because it's super easy. So we've got these right here. The codes are knock sensor 1. Car only has one knock sensor. It's got 2 microphones on the engine. The upstream catalytic converter O2 sensor, that's the one closest to the engine. We went ahead and replaced that. And it's got a tank leak detection, major leak. I'm assuming it's a gas cap. So we got a new gas cap from BMW. We're gonna put that on, and we'll see what happens. So the gas cap is this guy. It's the OEM one. Comes with the keyhole, so you can lock it. Because this car doesn't have a locking actuator for the gas door, so they hooked you up with that. So here's the new gas cap. Part numbers right here. OEM. The one that's on it has got a few cracks on the gasket, so I'm assuming it's not sealing well. It could have been the owner forgot to lock it all the way, which is common, but the gas cap's seen better days, so might as well just replace it. That locks pretty good. I couldn't find a spot for this, so I'm just gonna hook it up to this guy. There we go. So that's it. Gas cap replaced. Also, I want to show you the OBD codes. Okay, so we got 3 codes. So evaporative emission system leak detected, same code. O2 sensor circuit, bank 1 sensor 1, and we've got a knock sensor. If you get those, I'm gonna show you how to fix them. Alright, so we'll take the 10 millimeters off. Don't have to take them out all the way. I don't think anyone has been here before, so this is gonna be interesting. Take the mass air, and we'll take this clamp off. 6 millimeter, typical BMW clamps. Let's take it off up here. Okay, so you take the top of it off. You're gonna have to disconnect this hose here. It's already loose, so I'm just gonna push it out. Alright, so this is out. Mass airflow. Disconnect this sucker. And your eye box is off. Let's go ahead and smoke test it just to make sure we don't have any other leaks. And then we'll start taking stuff off. Okay. There are a few vacuum hoses like these guys. They always fail, so any of those that you'll see, you're gonna need to replace. I don't see any smoke coming out of anywhere else, so good deal. We'll start taking things apart. No leaks, great thing. That's his throttle position sensor. Disconnect that. Most of the things are gonna be keyed, so don't worry about marking them. So this goes down here. Take this guy off. It's an interesting boot. Alright, so on the back side of this boot there is this hose that you'll need to disconnect from here. Okay, now you got your throttle body, all the good stuff out. Disconnect this guy. Looks like some flathead on this cover. This is your cruise control. Alright, so we're gonna have to remove both brackets. I went ahead and removed this one. It sits like this. This one here, do the same thing. It's two 10mm. So now what we want to do is take these 10mm, there's one here and two here and a couple of 13s on the sides holding the top of the intake manifold together. Scratch that, they're not 10. Alright, so they are 11mm. 11s on the sides now. Now this is loose. Disconnect all the hoses and this connector. And you want to put this vacuum hose. This is the junction box. So disconnect, take these two 10mm off. Take this 10. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this. Once you turn it, it's gonna allow you to disconnect it. Okay. Go ahead and disconnect the injectors and move your harness out of the way. The rail. 10mm for those. Looks like a 12. Nailed it. That's the usual method. And it won't come loose. There will be a little bit of gas there. Not a big deal. Use your fuel rail. Alright, so the last one need to get it from the bolt for this bracket is right this guy here. It's 13 here. On the other side there's one. I don't think I can show you that, but it's literally right here. And also dipstick right here. It's gonna have to be removed. So we'll start with the 10mm. That's right here for the dipstick. And the 13 is right here. That car needs some serious maintenance. Comment below, what do you think of the owners of cars that make noises and they don't take care of it? I want to know. I want to know what you think. Drop a comment below, let me know. Let's talk about it. I'm removing the vacuum pump because it's in my way and I hate things in my way. Alright, so we got the intake manifold off. This is the next day. If you turn this, let's see. Let's see. Let's make this hose. This way. This way. That's the knock sensor. It's got 13mm on it. Take manifold off. I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum all this. Alright, so we're gonna remove this 13mm for this, I think it's an oil catch can or PCV. Get out of the way. 13mm for the knock sensor. That's tight. Disconnect it from this. This comes out this way. So in order to remove it, you're gonna need to remove this coolant hose. And guess what? If you remove that, it's gonna break. So we're not gonna touch that. I'm just gonna cut it off. So I cut it off here, but you see a rat or something ate this wire. That's why. So if this happens to you, I guess you can just solder it together. But we're not doing that. See that? We got a brand new one, so we're just gonna put it on. This is it. Part number doesn't have one. It'll be in the description. It's obvious how you install it. It goes on one way. I'm gonna install it this way. And it should work just fine. Other one goes here. Plug in the harness. Okay. These two, the one with the yellow goes to the left, this to the right. And they are keyed, so you can't mess those up. Actually, yeah, they are keyed. Looking at this, I can see it. They have two slots, one slot. Put this guy back in here. That's back on. Okay, ran out of memory, so I had to do that. You plug these in, they're keyed. Make sure everything's plugged in. You got your oil pressure sensor or pressure switch. These These come, everything will, this will have to go through the intake. I'll show you. Alright, here's the intake manifold. Fish this guy through. And fish the fuel lines through. Alright, next I'm gonna put this sensor on. This is the purge valve for the DMTL. Plug that in, the hose that's got white stripes that goes here. They have colors on them just in case. The one with the blue goes on top. Okay, this one goes into the top of the intake, and then this one as well. These connectors are for the injectors. These are the two connectors, throttle position sensor and the other one on the top part of the intake. Make sure you plug this in for the distribution box. This hose goes into the clamp on it. I'm gonna put the fuel rail on. Make sure you clean up this gunk and lube these O-rings. Preferably replace them. These are pretty rubbery, so I'm just gonna lube them. Before you drop the injectors, you're gonna need to bolt this on. This is 132 inch-pounds for the 11mm bolts. There's no gasket on this intake. Fuel rail. Spray a little bit of WD-40. And 12mm. Tighten this. Silicone spray on each one. That way. So we got the rail on, silicone spray on each one, so they drop in quick. Connect this hose with the top part of the intake manifold. I'm gonna put some more TVR on here, because it looks like they used to be on the gasket, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Just a thin layer. This goes in this way. Alright, so that's on. This will go into the boot. This connector goes to the further away one. Throttle position sensor. This guy goes into the, looks like the ICV. Goes into the throttle body. This one goes into the intake. Some better days. Okay. Now I got everything hooked up. Alright, so we went ahead and tightened these sides, put the top of it on. Those 11 millimeters, we torqued them to 132 inch-pounds. Next we're gonna put the boot on. Put this vacuum pump back on. So we're gonna put the boot back on. This hose in the back, don't forget about it. Get it tight. We'll plug in our position sensor. This is not a position, so I guess it's another position sensor, but this one is the throttle body position. Next we got the pedal. All that's tight. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the air box back on. Okay, air box is on. Top piece of the air box, and this looks like a air pressure, air quality sensor, MAF. I've seen those on intake manifolds on M54s, and they are the air quality, so it could be that. This sensor, plug it in. Mass airflow sensor, make sure the arrow is pointing this way. It's all put together. Just gonna connect the mass airflow. Make sure everything is in place, and we'll go ahead and start it. See how it runs. Thing I'm gonna do before I start it is I'm gonna command the fuel pump to run. I'll go ahead and do that. So it starts right up, it doesn't take a while. Alright guys, it's next day. We got starter up. I already know we have no codes, so that's a great thing. So good to go, no codes. She is ready to go. If you guys liked the video, please share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys.